we know that physical and digital is blurring, right? Those two worlds colliding, right? There are a bunch of technologies that people will have to adapt, right, to make it really happening, because
Yep.
we don't want to live in digital world. I mean, during pandemic we learned, right, we do need physical experiences, right? So to me it will be very interesting to see industry actually use cases where we start our physical maybe customer journey, right, moving
Yep.
into digital, moving into metaverse, and coming back comfortably with our physical self. How do
Yeah,
you see this
that's what we
happening?
call the Phygital. As I mentioned, it's happening now. I mean, look at what Nike is doing. You know, I've been in mergers and acquisitions business for a while, and you know, before a physical business was acquiring always a physical, we would go into digital activity to do digital transformation, definitely. But it's the first time that you see a company with proper assets, you know, like Nike, for example, and there are many, many, many others. And today, I mean, every day I read press releases on new companies going into the metaverse. But Nike, you know, making sneakers and sports goods, buying like virtual companies. I mentioned the shoe business, but I think it's a company called RTFKT that they acquired. And
Artifact, Nicolas.
Artifact, okay, I mentioned it, RTFKT, sorry, Artifact. And today you can buy shoes from Artifact for about $10,000. On that, NFTs are being transacted. There's been transactions around $10,000 for virtual shoes. But then you can also link it to a physical, you know, underlying, which comes from Nike. So yeah, it's happening. It's not now. It's becoming blurry. It's actually mixed.
Beautiful, beautiful. Stephanie, what about luxury markets? Okay, because we're all inspired by beautiful pieces out there, right? How can we adapt to this new digital slash physical phygital world in a way that we want to be inspired by wonderful creators, right, of luxury brands? At the same time, again, how do we incorporate those elements in our daily lives?
There are plenty of opportunities, specifically in the luxury industry, because this is where you can explore a new way of interaction with your clients. And I will just jump on what just Nicolas said. In regards to, when it comes to try and test some new product, it will be a tremendous opportunity for the luxury brands to test, some new product in the metaverse, figure out, what is the reaction of their clients. And finally, you can develop a lot of digital fashion, digital watches, digital, luxury bags, and figure out, and being so close of your client that you get to know them by, giving them the chance to interact with you as a brand before launching the physical product. And this is a tremendous change, because we, I mean, definitely change and reverse the way the system works. And there are some brands, like for example, Balmain, Balenciaga, Gucci, they are doing an amazing work, because they are so close to specifically, the young generation, that they build trust, they build, this addiction, to this new collection they are launching. And because they are our boss world, there is a way on their side to not only, try with a lower risk, try to launch new product, and on the other hand, be so close, build these strong communities. And more you contribute, more you access to a status, more you are close to the brand, and you belong to the brand. And I think that it's very interesting, because it's for me a new generation of loyalty program. It's also very interesting, because if you look at, right now, the way it works, brands are launching because there is a huge competition, and specifically in the luxury and the fashion industry, tremendous competition. So brands are launching a lot of collection, but look at the impact on the environment. So it could be a way also to have a more sustainable business model. And we were talking earlier about NFTs and so on. But there is something that we need to make sure and to be cautious. You asked me, Irene, a few minutes ago, where are the risks? The risk is, being so tech, so keen about these kind of things. We are not looking at, the impact of this kind of technology. And it's very important to make sure that we track the impact of the technology we use, and specifically, on the NFTs, on the blockchain. We should make sure that the blockchain we use are sustainable. Because when I heard a few days ago that when you store 1 gigabyte of data on Ethereum right now, it's not me, I heard that, and it comes from specialists.
Right.
It's a tremendous amount of money. Why? Because of the energy required by the Ethereum blockchain. So 1 gigabyte of data on Ethereum for 1 year, the figure that has been given to me, the cost is $350 million. Simply because the consumption of energy required by this type of blockchain. So when we use a technology, of course, there will be, tremendous amount of new opportunities. Yeah. But please, we need to make sure that what we do is really sustainable, and we have that in mind, because the Gen Z and the millennials are very, very, very committed, and they are really looking at, what the brands are doing when it comes to climate change and environmental impacts. Yeah,
absolutely. And that's the reason why Ethereum has had some difficulties today, and they're moving to Ethereum 2.0, which is more friendly.